So, what are you guys up to?
Let's go from. Do we all have ranged attacks right now? I have a bow that I can.
I have a bow.
I don't have any.
I could shoot it once.
If you have what?
See what happens.
Well, if we shoot it, we're probably.
Treasure.
Wolf
Many
Lady,
treasures.
you can't.
Imagine-
I mean, touching it seems like a bad idea. Do you have any type of ranged attacks, Wolf Lady? I'm looking at the dog for like a wag your tail or lower your head. Do you have any?
I roll over.
Okay, so she would probably die. I don't think we can do it. I would like to, but I don't think we can do it.
All right. The cube slowly
I could just not attack.
from the distance.
So I also share a little bit of knowledge that I have acquired about not this specific creature, but oozes in general, as I've delved with alchemy and I've been exposed to the type of creature that they tend to replicate in a way that makes them very difficult to handle if attacked wrong. And since we don't know its nature, it's best we just let it go.
Can we loot the cobalt bodies? And I don't know, maybe there's. Maybe make a perception check and see if there's anything on the bodies that might give us some more hints too.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So you start searching through these bodies, but Varys, you're up in a tree, and you notice coming from the northeast is this woman, this old woman. She's dressed in like green robes, but you can see her like white wiry hair coming out from underneath it. And she's slowly making her way towards you. Both her hands are out in front of her, so they're visible, and she's clearly not holding any weapons. But she's like gently making her way towards you guys.
Guys, there's some old woman that's coming our way. She doesn't look dangerous from first glance, but she's about to approach us right now.
Wow, thank you for heads up. Oh, I can't say anything.
I take a deep breath and I rest over here on this tree. I need a breather after all of that. I can't endure any more punishment. I need to take.
The old woman reaches out a bony hand and kind of waves. Hello there, pretties! Hello! Thank you for helping liberate the dragon's bones from those nasty little creatures. Thank you. Perhaps we could strike some sort of deal. I just need one little tailbone. Is that something that you would be willing to give up?
What's the price? I ask her persuasively if there is anything in it for us, and I can run a persuasion check to ask her if there's anything she could give us in exchange for access to the tailbone.
Oh, well, I'm using these bones to brew some potions, which I think I saw you hurling around the battlefield a moment ago. You and I might have quite a few things in common.
Internally, I think to myself, why am I still wolf? Party will talk forever with lady. Why we bother with this? So pointless. And I curl up.
Is that a reasonable enough exchange? Just one little tail vertebrae, and maybe we can trade some secrets of potion brewing.
I turn to Wander and Varys, and since Ivana has absolutely nothing to say about it, I just giggle at her, and I turn to the lady, propose a romance with a wink, and then simply say,
Oh dear, why don't you come over here and say that a little more closely? I haven't seen something as soft and juicy as you in a long time.
Wander, I'm coming over by you on your tree.
I tell her she reminds me awfully of the weird lady I met in a town a long time ago. And that turned out to be something of a hag of sorts. And I keep my distance while
That's
still maintaining.
a very rude word to use for an old lady like myself. How dare you?
You know, I feel like you should bring back your love show with this character alone. With like pickup lines.
Does she see through my unease? Like I'm feeling uneasy. Does she perceive that?
Oh,
Yeah, she seems to be picking up on your unease, and she stops. You know, she's 20 feet away. She stops getting closer. Well, you have nothing to fear. Let me introduce myself to you. My name is Hagatha, and I would very much like just one of those little bones, and I would like to do so peaceably. Is that acceptable to you? She says as she starts like moving towards the tail.
I move out the way. And
All right, I start moving up
welcome
to her. I'm starting moving up to her just to possibly block her.
I'm staying right here on this tree.
Yeah, I'm. Oh wait, you're in the tree.
Or no, I'm like laying on a log right here, just kind of catching my breath.
Oh yeah, I'm like standing guard beside you, and I just like my head starts getting lower, like as if if she gets any closer, I'll attack. But really, internally, all I'm thinking is, wow, Hag is mean word, but name is literally Hagatha. How you not know he calling you by nickname? Oh my god, this makes no sense.
She sees the wolf head lowering and she kind of stops, and Varys is coming closer, and so she stops over here and says, well, maybe then we'll make a more reasonable trade. You see, these bones are useful in a resistance potion I'm working on, but I have other traits as well. Are you familiar with the concept of reincarnation?
Yes.
does that require?
I have developed some might call unsavory methods of reincarnation that I feel people in your line of business might find useful from time to time. Let's just call it forced reincarnation. It's something, a service I offer to those that come this way. Cheaply.
I'm intrigued, so I move a little closer.
Of
What?
course, I will need at least one of these bones before I can agree for this, but should you have a friend who is, let's say, mortally wounded, and you would like to see them not die, you could bring them and another willing or unwilling participant, and we can do a bit of soul recombination, if you will, and swap souls from bodies, leaving the volunteer to be mortally wounded and your friend to inhabit the new body. I recommend you pick something height and age and gender appropriate. Otherwise, it can be very awkward when you wake up as an old woman when you are really, in fact, a young man.
Hey, potion boy, doesn't this sound cool to you?
Sounds great, but I don't plan to die anytime soon, so I've got no use for it.
Oh, well, that's why you buy a house insurance too, right? You buy fire insurance because you don't plan on burning your house down, but it might just happen, and who knows, that one over there, she says, pointing towards Nox, could die at any moment, and wouldn't you like to have him back?
I start wonder a little bit, remembering I gave him a potion that failed him in his hour of most dire need. Turn to the hag and walk towards her slowly so as not to frighten her, and shake her hand and say, we might have a deal.
Excellent. She reaches out a kind of bony, naily hand and shakes yours gently. Her hand's like unusually kind of soft and moist. Like she just finished putting lotion on like 5 seconds before you guys shaked hands.
Great.
Excellent.
Well, then.
That's quite a handshake.
Check to know what is, like, if there's what that substance is from touching.
Yeah.
Can I?
Give me an investigation check to try and like sort out what this like soft fluid on your hand is.
Can I do the same
Right.
thing? But can I get a bonus for like putting the gelatinous cube in her together?
You would need to like shake her hand or something to get like a sample of the substance because
Okay.
only Nox has it on him right now. So Nox, that's probably just moisture, probably regular moisture. It doesn't smell. I mean, it kind of smells like old person, but that's about it. You know, there's nothing else to it.
Okay, sounds good.
Did we
She is
see
a
where she came from?
She is a
From the
human, though?
northeast, she wandered in.
Is it clear to us that she's a human?
She looks like a very old human. Yes.
Okay.
Did she come from the same direction that the cube left?
No, the cube left northwest. She came northeast.
Is this dragon skull large? Or sorry, go on.
She goes down and picks up some tail vertebrae and puts them in a little pouch and says, I have a small little camp in a wood not too far from where Ruin, I believe you're all staying. There's a forest just to the west of Ruin, a small forest. We've been having some kobold and goblin problems in that place as of late. But if you can find my hut there, I would be happy to provide you with reincarnation or other services that someone of my talents can provide.
I guess I raise my head and I fake being just a happy-go-lucky wolf, you know. I start going like that, wagging my tail, and I go up to her, and then I really try to get her scent so I can track her if I want to at some point and command it to memory.
Yeah. All right, you get a good sniff of the old lady.
Stop there.
And Agatha takes her bones and she leaves.
All right, so guys, we can either bring back the dragon head and get 4 healing potions, or we can follow the old woman and get resurrect potions, which I feel like are much more valuable, given that we can obviously fall to our deaths at any point, and right now we don't have a cleric on hand to possibly resurrect us or anything like that. So
Yeah.
I say we follow the old woman.
So I stop for a moment and I tell you that I have a very nagging feeling that something's wrong about this based on the faint memory I have of there being some form of old sorceress that used to live in a small village that I mentioned earlier during my discussion with the woman that came up. But because I'm so curious about what she might bring and the fact that I can brew healing potions whenever we need them, I still tentatively agree with you. So it's up to Wander and Abba.
Why do you think she knew where we were staying? Do you think she just guessed?
That's a good question.
She
I
seems to have
think
been watching from the
She must have
sides.
been watching us,
She was sitting here watching us
Yeah.
for our entire journey, or
at least our battle here, given that she needs help killing possibly a similar camp.
Maybe she owns the kobolds.
It seems very weird that she'd be friends with the kobolds and the goblin.
is there a strong implication here that if we take the skull back to town, this opportunity will have passed us?
No, she gave you the location of her place in the woods.
Mhm.
She has services that you can offer. You can go and visit her whenever you would like.
The job that she's offering sounds to me a lot more appealing than what we just did here, but we've already gone through all this work here. I think we could take the skull back and come back and visit her tomorrow.
Fair enough. I think that's a good plan.
Seems like we went through too much here to just leave the skull here and wander off into the forest.
Is there anything weird about the forest in the direction that she went in? Is it any different than the forest that surrounds us immediately?
No, this is a very lightly wooded area. She headed off in the direction of a known forest. She did head in the direction of that western forest that she was talking about, which would be the same one, I believe, Wander and Varys were in when they were fighting goblins last week.
Okay, so it's pretty close to that.
Yeah, so she lives near there.
I meant displacer dogs, not kobolds, by the way. The first ones. So none of it seems
Okay.
like
Okay. All right, so
Okay,
why don't
so
we?
back
Do
to
any of
town.
do the cobalt bodies have anything on them, like any
Yeah,
useful things?
You start looking around to see if there's anything, and you find a small box that's in the dig pit. It's slightly open, but there's a tarp half covered over it. It looks like this is where the kobolds have been tossing all the valuables that they've been digging out of this dragon pit along with it. There are a bunch of coins of different types and colors, as well as a few gemstones. Why these coins and gemstones are stuck in this dragon pit is something you'll have to puzzle out for yourselves, since you don't have any hostages to talk with. But you do find yourself with 5 gold coins, 10 platinum coins, 30 silver coins, a handful of copper, who really cares about copper anyway, and 2 gemstones.
So I found them. Right?
Gemstone. Yeah, what's the
Wait,
quality of them?
Did I
Oh,
find
nice
the box? Did I find the box, or did
You were the one
everybody-
asking about looting things, so yeah, you totally find the box.
Okay, is there any way I can tuck it into my bag, like we using sleight of hand?
Give me a sleight of hand check. No. It's the exact
Look,
opposite.
guys,
It's
I'll find a
what
box,
sort of
guys.
gem is this? Hold on, huh?
wow.
Yeah.
Look
Wait,
who
how
fell
opposite
in
are we talking? Do we
Zelda
see
again.
him? Do we see him try to sneak it into his pocket, or?
I think it's more of his gasp of surprise when he finds these gemstones draws your attention
Okay.
to the point where he's like, oh yeah, hi guys, hi. Here you go.
Yeah, check out this box. There's lots of coins and gems we can maybe split up between all of us.
I say that I'm not interested in the least.
I'm very interested. I'll take a split. Dog lady over here, what do you think?
I guess I'm still a wolf, so inside my head, I just think like I've not cared about anything except killing the entire time we adventured together, and yet still they pester me with questions. And I again curl up, like look away.
She doesn't seem interested. I'll split it 50-50 with you.
Okay, why don't we go to town and then we'll split it at the bar.
All right.
Do we want to,
Tavern.
before we head back, because can we encounter like highwaymen or whatever? Do we need to take a rest here before we head back?
It's a good question. It is nighttime. Yeah. It took you all day to get here. And if you're going to have to haul this big ass dragon skull, it's probably going to take you 50% longer to get back home. So
I tell them to go on ahead if they do plan to leave. And I stay behind and attempt to scrape some bone dust from the dragon that's left.
Okay. Is there any particular part of the dragon bone that you want? Like, are you going for dragon hip dust? Dragon shoulder dust, wing dust? Okay, just bone dust.
No, nothing specifically, just dragon bone dust.
Okay. Sure. You scrape as much dust as you'd like, and you guys bed down to nap.
I drop my crowbar, my hammer, to make room for the bone dust. Just throw the hammer on the ground.
All right.
All right, so we get to take a long rest
Take
here?
a short,
Yeah.
You want to take a long rest? Okay, cool.
Your long rest goes uneventfully. Whatever monsters that you have fended off have fled and have not returned in the night. You all go back to full HP. You regain half your spent hit dice, which I think Destiny is the only one that spent any, so Wander has 1 hit die remaining. All of your spells refresh. All of your abilities refresh.
Okay, I cast, like when we wake up, I cast Good Berry again, first thing.
Okay. Great.
I get 1 hit dice back, you said? So I have 1 now?
Yep.
And I forget what it is. I have a thing where I can also create food and water for myself and up to 5 people. So I also do that.
Okay.
I think that's under one because I am a wanderer. I think that's what gives me it.
Yeah, I am as well. So, I mean, we can find food or water, but I don't know if that's relevant here.
Okay. Well, it's an easy day and a half back to Ruin, the town that you guys are based out of. There are no more encounters. You go past that same river. The corpses of the blink dogs are gone. Something must have dragged them away or eaten them, or maybe they got up and walked away on their own. For whatever reason, they're not here. And eventually you find yourself back in town, carrying this big-ass dragon skull between the 4 of you. And you get all sorts of looks as you walk through these city streets. People like stop what they're doing to watch as this like procession carrying this big dragon skull goes through the streets. How are you?
We killed this.
There's no way that we could, not to be mean, but can we like turn her into a bear and have her carry this back on her own so we're not struggling with it? Is that?
She can only be a bear for an hour at a time, but yeah.
Oh, okay, so it's an entire journey.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess we're just as 4 people in a square shape with this thing hoisted on our shoulders walking into town.
Go. Is there anything in particular you're doing? Any sort of image that you're trying to present or trying not to present?
Yes, I'm going to use performance skills to make sure that as people pass by, they think we're on official business from the leaders of the town, and I speak and try to, make it seem like it's not some kind of shady backroom deal, which
All right, well,
it is.
Give me your version of this. Like, what do you say to make yourselves look important and on official business?
So I would stand in front of the group and I would address the crowd saying, "We have just come from the forest where the bones of the dragon lay, and we have brought the skulls on the order of the magistrate to decorate the town hall. And it is with great happiness that we claim the job done."
The people part ways for you. You actually get like a round of applause as you go through the streets.
I make sure that if there's any like flowers along the side, like I make them all burst into bloom, like as you walk by and as he's saying this, and like trees fall down, or not trees, like leaves fall down from trees. And like,
is that one of your abilities that you can do?
Druid like talk or something.
Sure.
Druid,
All right.
whatever.
The world blooms to life around you. There's people cheering and celebrating you, and they fall in behind you and escort you all the way to the town hall where you can put that skull up in front of everybody. So where are you guys going?
I don't understand why we just put the skull here.
Yes.
Weren't we supposed to return it to the one?
Yeah, we need to go back to the tavern.
Yes.
Yes. So I decide to steer guys, we need to bring this to the tavern. I know this awesome alleyway that takes us directly to the tavern.
Are you saying this to your party or to the crowd?
No, to our party. It's like, I don't know why we ended up doing this, guys, but I do know a very quick route, very secretive route that takes us directly to the tavern. So
Okay, I turn into a dire wolf so that, because I take up all those squares so no one can go by me. So then I block like the alleyway so no one can see what's happening behind it.
I mean, yeah, you turn into a dire wolf and everyone just scatters. They're terrified. There's a fucking
That works too.
wolf in the area. They flee, and you guys manage to take the skull between some alleyways and make it to the tavern, undetected by the audience that was following you. You find yourself back.
It's okay, Nox. I too am awful with words. I see how we get the miscommunication, you know?
I had good intentions. Trust me.
Yes, I do. I always have great intentions. Hopefully you will come to understand this, you know? Sometimes we mistalk about tongues, mistalk about where we're taking the dragon head to. I don't know why we take it to this place, but you know, it don't matter.
All right. You get back to the Shamrock Saloon, and sure enough, there's Marion, dressed very nicely in that kind of darkened section of the tavern. He sees you coming in carrying the skull and gives you a half wave.
I head to the back to sit down and do business, to start once again with the man in the tavern.
Excellent. I see that you have brought me what I needed. How goes it? You all seem to be in more or less good condition.
Yeah, we took care of the people at the excavation site. We have your skull. We're here to collect payment.
Did you not find any on the bodies of your enemies?
Any skulls?
Any payment? Any wealth?
no,
Yeah.
we did not.
I see. Well, you've done a very good job, and I would like to have a working business relationship with you. So I would be willing to make a payment beyond what was posted in order to keep us happy together, so we can do business in the future.
Internally, I say, don't fuck with us.
What kind of future work are you talking here?
I have no jobs open at the moment, but there will always be a need for exporting things. And need for importing things and getting around red tape.
Good. I insist. I interrupt the conversation about future relationships and remind the promise that was made to me about a contact from Mafarel's Lyceum on the Sword Coast as that contact.
Yes.
That was the only reason I got this job in the first place.
Please write down all relevant information about this person, and I will do what I can to contact them. What is it that you wish to get from them?
Some official line of inquiry where we can discuss matters officially, because they're a very hard bunch to contact.
I understand. You leave me with the information I need to find them and what sort of things you would want me to... how you would like me to present you to them, and I will do what I can for a small fee. Let's say your share of this fee right here. He digs around in a bag at his side and pulls out, kind of underneath the table a little bit, some coins and dumps them on the table, counts them out, pulls out a few more, tallies it up to 150 gold pieces. And then he slides 50 towards the wolf lady, 50 towards Varys, 50 towards Wander, and then looks at Nox and says, "Can you write? Can you read?"
Yes, most definitely.
Pulls out some paper and a pen and slides that over towards you. Write down anything I will need.
guess I write down on the piece of paper some essential information about the whereabouts of the apprentices and the masters that used to work at the Lyceum, hand it back over to him, tell them to try to find me a way to put me in contact.
He nods. Are we settled then?
Yeah, I guess will you get in contact with us, or do we get in contact with you if you have future job offers? How do you want to start this out?
Where are you staying? I will send a messenger to you the next time I have need of your services.
I'm a very hard man to find.
That
but
makes
if you
it
do
very
need to
difficult to get in touch with you.
I trust one of these will be able to get a hold of me if I'm needed. But if I don't show up immediately when I'm summoned, no panic.
Tell you what, just post another request on this board, and just know we will see this request. So you can deny any other mercenaries that come to you, knowing that we will.
Splendid.
I turn back into human form and I say, I'm sorry my companions are so flaky. You see, we have other mission we want to do. It is enforced. There's a weird woman. You understand. They don't want to, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to sabotage business relationship, but I apologize for my friend. I'm sorry. Okay. You know where to find us or not, whatever. Post the thing.
Yeah, post another thing if you want to talk to us.
Don't tell him about the old woman.
Well, she kind of just.
What
did.
old
She
woman?
just did. Oh, nothing. She's a little crazy. Well, animal crazy.
Haha, yes, it's nothing.
He shrugs. So be it. Have a good day. I'm sure Laura will give one on the house for your services rendered today. He leans back in his chair, in his seat, sips his beer, and looks at this big dragon skull that's kind of on the table and scratches his head about how the hell he's going to move it somewhere from here. But that's his problem, not yours. And we are done with today's session. So there's a
And
few
we all
things-
lived.
Yes.
Maybe. Is it over? Are we safe?
Yes, you are all
And we
safe.
all lived.
Everybody gets to take home 381 experience for today. That is monsters, quest, and role playing all together.
How much is that? Sorry.
381. You all should already have 300 experience, so that should bring you all to 681. Next level is 900 experience points. So you're getting close. Of course, if you guys reach level 3, but then one of you dies, a new person would come in at level 2. That happens until you hit another one of those milestone campaigns or milestone sessions, quests. The only thing left to do is to take a look at the message board, which now has only 2 things left posted on it. And one of those, you've kind of pissed off the offerer.
I'll make amends. I'll try to make amends in my time and come up with.
I mean, we still have another bonus quest, right? That's not on here.
Yeah, because I want to do that one.
Yeah,
That's true. You
kind of
want to do the old woman's quest?
Mm-hmm.
All right. We will make sure that is set up for the next week then.
Yay.
All right.
Awesome.
Well, congratulations, players. Nobody died this time. Although,
Yeah.
once again,
Real quick, just
you
to
did get
iron it out.
outsmarted by kobolds.
Just to iron this out, we got 3 of us got 50 gold from that extra guy at the end. How much did we split between me and ChanManV?
Oh,
Um,
right.
5 gold, 10. What's
No, it was
people
like,
platinum?
no, they were like 10 platinums or whatever, right?
Yeah,
10
10
plat- it was
platinum.
5 gold, 10 plat, 30 silver, and 2 gems.
Right. The platinum, each platinum is worth 10 gold. So that's a pretty big pile of plat right there.
Okay, so I'd put 5 PP as platinum piece, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
how much gold and
5 gold. So someone gets 2, someone gets 3.
okay, I'll take 2. I don't care.
Well, I mean, we have 30 silver pieces. So is it 10 silver pieces per gold piece?
Yeah. So someone
Okay,
can get
so-
10 silver, one gets
Yeah.
20. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got
So
20 silver then. Okay. Got my stuff up to
Yeah,
date
we'll do that. Yeah.
Great. And then you have the 2 gemstones whose value is yet to be totally understood, but can be used at some point in time.
Sure.
And I mentioned that I can probably find something to do with them if they don't sell them too quick.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll probably hold on to them. They probably have something to do with that old lady, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I think so too.
All right. Congratulations.
Whoop-de-doo. Congratulations.
Me too.
You know, if you hit somebody besides Mitron, maybe you could actually kill somebody.
That was an acceptable performance by you. I hope you realize that this is probably the easiest quest you will ever go on during this show.
I don't think that was that easy. I think we just did a good job.
Maybe.
Agreed.
Maybe. Well, you know
I'm
what?
gonna go ahead and say kobolds were easy.
You guys might have learned a little bit something about kobolds and goblins, but they learned a little something about you as well. So we'll see who comes out ahead next time. Thank you everyone for watching, and congratulations to the party for doing an acceptable job.
Okay.
Alright, well, we're out. See you next week. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you for those of us who watch the show enough to support us on Patreon as well. We'll go ahead and roll that end clip. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Nice, yes.